What a game! The Washington Commanders clinched a playoff spot in dramatic fashion on Sunday night, defeating the Atlanta Falcons 30-24 in overtime. And while Commanders rookie quarterback Jayden Daniels earned the win, the spotlight wasn't just on him. Fellow rookie QB Michael Penix Jr. of the Falcons also showed why the 2024 QB class is one to watch. Let's break down how this thrilling game unfolded and what it means for both teams going forward. First off, let's talk about the drama. The Commanders won the coin toss in overtime and wasted no time making the most of it. Daniels, cool under pressure, led Washington down the field and capped the drive with a 2-yard touchdown pass to Zach Ertz to win the game. That touchdown not only sent the Commanders to the playoffs but also secured the NFC West title for the Los Angeles Rams thanks to tiebreakers. But it wasn't all smooth sailing for Washington. The Falcons jumped to a 17-7 lead at halftime, with running back Bijan Robinson dominating the first half with 82 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns. The Falcons' defense was also stifling, keeping Daniels and the Commanders' offense in check. But after halftime, Daniels took over. The rookie QB started running the ball more and fired a touchdown pass to Ertz, cutting the lead to 17-14. Soon after, Chris Rodriguez Jr. scored a 2-yard touchdown run, putting Washington up 21-17. From there, the Commanders controlled the game, holding the ball for an impressive 20-20 in the second half to just 5:08 for the Falcons. It looked like the game was slipping away from Atlanta, especially after Washington extended their lead to 24-17. But rookie QB Penix wasn't done yet. In what turned out to be an unforgettable drive, Penix rallied the Falcons from a 24-17 deficit, staying calm and composed under pressure. A huge 4th and 11 completion to Drake London for 31 yards kept Atlanta's hopes alive. Then, after a mishap with a high direct snap to Robinson that pushed the Falcons back to a near impossible 2nd and goal, Penix bounced back with a 13-yard pass to London and then hit tight end Kyle Pitts for a 13-yard touchdown on 4th down to tie the game with 1:19 left. The drama didn't end there. Daniels had a chance to win the game for the Commanders but saw his pass to Olamide Zaccheaus drop on 3rd down, forcing Washington to punt. The Falcons had less than a minute to go, and Penix was on fire. He led Atlanta downfield and, with just 2 seconds remaining, escaped the rush and launched a deep ball that resulted in a pass interference penalty on the Commanders, giving the Falcons a chance at a game-winning field goal. Unfortunately for Atlanta, Riley Patterson's 56-yard attempt fell short, sending the game into overtime. In overtime, Daniels proved why he's been one of the standout rookies this season. On the very first drive, he scrambled for a critical 1st down on 3rd and 2, keeping the chains moving. When the Commanders reached 3rd and goal from the 2-yard line, Daniels delivered a perfect pass to Ertz for the walk-off touchdown, sealing Washington's place in the playoffs. This game was a showcase of the talent in the rookie quarterback class of 2024. Daniels led Washington to the playoffs with a historic performance, while Penix displayed all the poise and skill of a future star. While the Falcons now need help to win the NFC South, their playoff hopes still hang on, as they'll need to beat the Panthers in Week 18 and hope for a Tampa Bay loss to the Saints. For the Commanders, this victory marks a huge milestone and gives them momentum as they head into the postseason. Washington is headed to the playoffs for the first time in years, and they'll be a team to watch in January. As for the rookie quarterbacks, it looks like this draft class will continue to impress as they take their teams into the future. If you enjoyed this game breakdown, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more NFL action and updates. See you next time. Let's get ready for the playoffs. Hey, football fans, it's that time of year again, where MVP talk heats up, and Josh Allen is making his final case for the 2024 NFL MVP award, whether he plays in Week 18 or not. So, let's break it down because things are getting interesting. Josh Allen is currently the heavy favorite to win MVP, and the Buffalo Bills have already secured their spot in the playoffs, locked into the 2nd seed in the AFC. So, why play him in Week 18 against the New England Patriots when there's literally nothing left to prove? That's the question Bills fans and football fans everywhere are pondering as Allen chases his first MVP and possibly a Super Bowl. Let's rewind to Sunday. where Allen led the Bills to a dominant 40-14 victory over the New York Jets. The performance wasn't flashy, just 16 of 27 passes for 182 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a rushing TD, but it didn't need to be. The Bills were already up 40-0 by the fourth quarter. And even Mitchell Trubisky got some reps at quarterback. It was a total annihilation. Now, heading into Week 18, the Bills have nothing left to play for, except maybe Allen's MVP push. Now, before we dive deeper into the MVP debate, let's talk about the Week 18 game. For Buffalo, it's all about rest and recovery. With the second seed locked in, the game against the Patriots means absolutely nothing for the Bills' playoff chances. They're already set for a home game in Orchard Park against one of the Chargers, Steelers, or Broncos. For the Patriots, well, they've been out of the playoff hunt for weeks, so no pressure there either. So, why risk Allen's health? Sure, he's been spectacular all season and is the MVP frontrunner. But there's no guarantee that a Week 18 performance will seal the deal. Josh Allen is the betting favorite, with BetMGM listing him at -350. Far ahead of second-place Lamar Jackson at +250. While Jackson had a memorable Christmas performance and still has a chance to shine in his season finale, Allen is pretty much there. He's been the leader of this Bills team and has showcased exactly why he deserves MVP recognition. Bills head coach Sean McDermott is on board, too. After the Jets' victory, he made it clear, "I think Josh Allen continues to show why he should be the MVP." And while McDermott didn't reveal whether Allen would play in Week 18, he did say the team would discuss how to handle rest. Allen, always the team player, said, "That's up to coach. I'll do whatever is asked of me. But from a strategic standpoint, it might be time for Allen to rest up and avoid unnecessary risk before the real playoffs begin." In conclusion, Josh Allen doesn't need to play in Week 18. He's already done enough to make his MVP case. And from a Super Bowl perspective, there's no reason to push it. For Allen and the Bills, the focus should be on getting healthy and ready for the postseason. Let's be real, Allen's MVP award is all but locked up. And now, it's time for the bigger prize, the Lombardi Trophy. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights into the NFL season. See you next time. Let's get ready for the playoffs. Hey, football fans. The Green Bay Packers took another tough loss on Sunday, falling 27-25 to the Minnesota Vikings in a game that had playoff implications for both teams. The Packers have become somewhat of a strange case this season, boasting a resume filled with impressive losses to some of the NFC's top contenders. Let's break down this latest setback and what it means for the Packers moving forward. The Packers are no strangers to playing tough opponents, but so far, they've struggled to get over the hump against the NFC's elite. After Sunday's loss, their record against the top 3 teams in the NFC is 0-5. They've now lost twice to both the 13-2 Detroit Lions and the 13-3 Philadelphia Eagles, as well as twice to the 14-2 Vikings. While there's no shame in losing to top-tier teams, it raises the question, are the Packers really contenders? Or just a solid team that can't quite crack the next level? Sunday's game was another tough pill to swallow for Green Bay. The Vikings dominated the first 3 quarters, building a commanding 20-3 lead early in the third. Sam Darnold, continuing his stellar play, had a solid 184 yards at halftime and threw for a touchdown. Meanwhile, Packers quarterback Jordan Love struggled, only managing 45 passing yards in the first half. A questionable offsides penalty at the end of the first half also allowed the Vikings to add 3 more points, giving them a 13-3 halftime lead. Green Bay managed to get some life in the fourth quarter, cutting the Vikings' lead to just 2 points with under 3 minutes remaining. At that point, Lions fans were crossing their fingers, hoping for a Vikings loss that would let them clinch the NFC North title. But Minnesota held on, thanks to a crucial 3rd and 2 catch by Cam Akers, which allowed them to milk the clock and seal the win. While the Packers' fourth quarter rally provided some drama, they couldn't get the stop they needed to give Love a chance at a game-winning drive. It's another example of the Packers looking good against mid-tier teams but coming up short when it matters most against the elite squads. The Packers are still fighting for a wild card spot, but with nothing to play for in terms of the division title. It's unclear just how much the loss will impact their playoff positioning. At 11-5, they still have a good chance of making the postseason. But they need to prove they can handle the league's best if they hope to make a deep playoff run. With a 0-5 record against the top 3 NFC teams, their playoff journey could be a short one unless they can step up their game. So, while Green Bay might be a good team, they're still a few steps behind the Lions, Eagles, and Vikings. If they're going to make any noise in the playoffs, they'll need to prove they can hang with the big dogs. Only time will tell if they can find that extra gear when it matters most. If you enjoyed this breakdown, be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more NFL insights. Until next time, let's see if the Packers can turn things around and make a playoff run. Well, folks, it's official. Brock Bowers is making history and breaking records like it's nothing. On Sunday, the rookie tight end for the Atlanta Falcons passed NFL legend Mike Ditka for the most receiving yards by a rookie tight end. And let's just say, it's been a long time coming. We're talking 63 years. To be exact, Ditka set the record back in 1961 with 1.076 yards in just 14 games. Bowers needed 16 games to break that record, but he did it with style. Let's put this into perspective. Mike Ditka was one of the toughest, most iconic players in NFL history, averaging 19.2 yards per catch in a 14-game season. He was a monster on the field, catching 56 passes and 12 touchdowns. But Bowers, despite needing more games to reach the mark, had 101 receptions coming into the day, almost double Ditka's total, and set a rookie tight end record in the process. With his 13-yard catch late in the second quarter of the Las Vegas vs. New Orleans game, Bowers made it official, moving ahead of Ditka's 1.076 yards. Of course, Bowers didn't stop there. He's still hungry for more. As of Sunday, he had 4 touchdowns on the season and continued his quest for other rookie records. For example, he was just a few catches behind Rams' Puka Nacua, who holds the overall rookie record with 105 receptions from last year. While Bowers might not catch Nacua's yardage record, 1.485 yards, there's still Week 18 to play, when the Raiders take on the Los Angeles Chargers. So, who knows? Bowers could add more to his already stellar rookie campaign. As for Ditka, after his Hall of Fame career and success as a coach, we have to ask, could we see him come out of retirement just to show Bowers that he's still got it? I mean, we all know Ditka is tough, but at 84 years old, it might be a bit of a stretch, although we wouldn't put it past him. Brock Bowers has set the bar high for rookie tight ends, and if this is just the start of his career, who knows how much more he can accomplish? What do you think? Will Bowers continue to break records? Or has he already set the ultimate standard for rookie tight ends? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video to stay up to date with all the latest sports news. The Los Angeles Rams are on the verge of clinching the NFC West title after a dramatic 13-9 win over the Arizona Cardinals on Saturday, keeping their division hopes alive and well. With the victory, the Rams improved their record to 10-6, staying one game ahead of the Seattle Seahawks at 9-7. This marks LA's 5th consecutive win, with their playoff hopes hanging by a thread as the season heads into the final week. The game was a nail-biter, with the Cardinals pushing deep into Rams territory late in the fourth quarter. They reached the Rams' 5-yard line, and it seemed like they had enough time to score and steal the game. But just when it looked like Arizona might take the lead, disaster struck for the Cardinals. A pass from Kyler Murray hit tight end Trey McBride in the helmet, and Rams cornerback Ahkello Witherspoon laid out to snag the deflection, securing a crucial interception that nearly sealed the game for LA after a brief review. The call stood, and the Rams were given the ball at their own 1-yard line, though they still had a bit of work to do to close out the win. Now, the stage is set for a dramatic showdown in Week 18. The Rams will face off against the Seahawks, and a win would give LA the NFC West title outright. However, if Seattle wins, the division crown will come down to a tiebreaker battle. The first tiebreaker would be head-to-head, which the Rams have already won. But if that doesn't decide it, the other tiebreakers include divisional record, record against common opponents, and conference record. If it still remains tied, the strength of victory would come into play, and the Rams could potentially clinch the title based on their victories if a few other teams can notch wins over the weekend. It's a tense situation, but Rams head coach Sean McVay is keeping a close eye on the results of these games to see if his team can secure the division this week. As for the game itself, the Rams' offense struggled to find rhythm, with quarterback Matthew Stafford finishing 17 of 32 for 189 yards. No touchdowns, no interceptions, and no sacks taken. The Cardinals, meanwhile, had their own challenges. Kyler Murray went 33 of 48 for a touchdown, 2 interceptions, and added 32 rushing yards. His one touchdown pass was to McBride, who finally found the end zone after a long season without a touchdown. Despite the touchdown, a blocked extra point attempt from Chad Ryland proved costly for Arizona, as they couldn't capitalize on the scoring opportunity. The Cardinals, down 10-0 at halftime, managed to score a touchdown and field goal early in the second half. However, they were unable to sustain the momentum, with Murray's 2 second-half interceptions sealing their fate. It's clear that while the Rams' offense continues to struggle, their defense, led by Witherspoon's game-changing interception, has stepped up when it counts. Now, all eyes are on next week's pivotal clash with the Seahawks. With the NFC West crown hanging in the balance, will the Rams clinch the title? Or will the drama continue into the tiebreaker chaos? Stay tuned.